Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie. So what? And that fool Blazer, Ramon.
Hey, welcome everybody to this special live edition of Insensitive Culture as we do all of this, what's it called? The spoiler alert segment for our podcast. As you can see, my boy Blazer Ramon, Johnny Quest, and my boy Pilger are all live. And Xander's in the background. He wanted to make sure that he popped in. Violet,
Nice.
hopefully, will just chill here on the shoulder. So, but guys, so for anybody that's watching that is not caught up on episode 6 of Wandavision, you may want to turn this off and see it next time when we post it up, because we are definitely doing that. But guys, episode 6, I've gotten mixed feedback, right? I have a few people that weren't excited about it, saying it was kind of lackluster, and they were expecting more.
After they saw it, they were not happy with it. Damn.
Yeah, most specifically, it was Danny. I'm gonna call him out on that. He was not excited.
Oh, Danny, what's going on?
He's like, they gave away they gave us some stuff, but it wasn't it wasn't what I expected. I'm like, bruh, are you kidding me? Like, I was super excited about that episode. But anyway, if you listen to the show, we always do it the same way, and I want to start it the same way here. Steve, let us know what you thought of the episode.
Well, first off, Danny, I hate to break it to you. The first season's going to end with more questions than we already have. Yeah. So just as a heads up, this was, I think, the best episode and setting up the last half of the season for sure. We got a lot more of what's going on outside of Westview, what's going on outside of the Hex, while still kind of seeing the cracks forming in the Hex itself. You know, when I texted you guys on Friday and we were talking a bit about it, I started thinking about it more. I actually rewatched that episode and then the first 4 episodes earlier today, because I'm just like, I'm starting to like pick things apart a bit more intricately. But I mean, I was all in. Like, it was great. And the damn credit roll, man. Please stand by. I'm standing by for 7 days straight. So,
seriously.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
How's everyone else feeling? I agree. I enjoyed the episode a lot. I really enjoyed the 90s feel in the beginning with that very Malcolm in the Middle feel to it, and the breaking the fourth wall with the kids. It was real, very, very nostalgic to the shows that I enjoyed growing up with. So that was dope. And then we got a little bit more information on I never know how to pronounce his name, Pietro.
Pietro.
The Quicksilver.
Yeah.
We got and I still don't know how to feel about it. I don't know if they're still fucking around with us or what. But like him mentioning the fact that, you know, he remembers getting shot and then all of a sudden she's calling him.
Right.
I really don't know what to make of that. They're really trying to toss that out there just to kind of.
He was very outside of everything. Like, even though he was in it, he's still like, he was like looking in, like he understood almost what was happening, even though, you know, he never truly, I don't think she actually told him the whole thing, or maybe she gave him parts. She just said how she was feeling, but he knew shit that was just weird, dude. And then she hit him with I thought she was going to shoot him like out of the Hex, like she did to what's her face to Rambo.
And I think the interesting thing that I picked up there is, like, is it something about death itself that makes them forget what happened? Like he says, I got shot in the street for no reason. It's like, I mean, you knew you were fighting Ultron at the time. But then they show Vision in the episode as well, talking to Agnes, and he's like, what's an Avenger? It's like, all right, so like what's going on here?
Yeah.
What's happening? Is it part of the reanimation for Vision that makes him unsure? Maybe it's removing the pain of what the person went through that Wanda's trying to do. Because that's, again, like big House of M thing is everybody gets what they want. Everyone gets what their deepest desire is. And in that, Wanda wants to make sure everyone's happy. So maybe she's removing the pain of death. But I'm still thinking this is either Fox or parallel Fox version of Quicksilver. It might not be exactly Fox, but the fun thing about the multiverse is like there's endless possibilities. So might not be the exact.
I'm off the Fox train completely. I think I don't even think he's actually Quicksilver, honestly.
He's Mephisto, right?
Well, yeah, I don't want to go that route. But I don't know. There's something that's completely weird about him. The way he answers certain questions, the conversation that he had when he was like telling Scarlet Witch about like they did like the flashback to like when they were kids, and she was like, that's not quite how I remember it, and then they just kind of moved on, right? And so like there's little things that make me feel like, and if I might be wrong on this, but didn't Quicksilver in the Fox universe, didn't Quicksilver from the Fox universe get killed in the street by Phoenix? Like she shot him with a bunch of shit, right? Isn't that how he died? He died in the Fox universe. Didn't he?
I don't remember. I also will be honest, Dark Phoenix was very hard to pay attention to. It was
I honestly skipped that one. I skipped it.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he died in that. And I think that is actually what the whole movie is about. Is Dark Phoenix killed Quicksilver? But I might be confusing that with a different character.
She kills Jennifer Lawrence. What Mystique? Mystique. That's the
Mystique. Yeah. Mystique. That's right. That's who she kills. Yeah. I don't know. I'm still not on that. That it's related. I think that they wanted to use his character or him as the actor to make everyone feel like what the fuck is going on about this character, right? But I don't think it's actually a pull from like a multiverse thing. Not yet, at least. I need more convincing.
I honestly, I'm going right back to the notion of they use that to kind of throw people off, make them excited about seeing that actor again. I'm not sure if it's Mephisto or not. However, it's definitely, I think, just to steer, like, just, hey, look at this shiny object. It's just steering your vision from one point to the other and having you take a, like, kind of look at that as other things unfold. Now, Rocco did mention that it was dope seeing Speed and Wiccan kind of get their powers and showed them in their costumes and stuff, and that was definitely cool. That was a nice little throw in there. But did anyone find it odd? I always forget her name. The neighbor,
Agnes.
Yeah, Agnes. Did anyone find it odd that she's just going, like, Vision is looking around and he's on the outskirts, and all of a sudden he just sees her car standing there, like pointed towards.
And wasn't there like a house next to it too? Like, didn't he see like a house with a red roof, and then he starts going down, and then he finds her car?
He pointed her car out, like he like saw it in the distance because he was hovering. He just saw it literally all by itself, and then I just remember him dropping down.
But was it just the car? I thought there was a house that was lit up too.
There was houses in the background. She was like at the end of the street there. You could see. I don't remember anything that close to. I just watched it like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But what I found strange about that particular scene was, one, she's sitting there in a car by herself. Mm-hmm. Two, she's staring in that direction, whatever. And then when he touches her, there was, in my opinion, there was like almost zero change in her demeanor, as far as like if she was purposefully sitting there. And yes, Rocco, the street that she told the kids never to go past, that is correct. But she's just sitting there. He touches her. Her demeanor doesn't quite change, and she pretty much tells him what she wanted to tell him when she was standing there talking to the neighbor, but wasn't sure if Wanda would see. She essentially divulges that information and then puts her right back into that state, but she doesn't go back into the state of mind that she was in, supposedly. And then she's just like, all right, neighbor, you know what I mean? It's like, it was almost as if she played it to be a part of, like, as if he woke her up, but she was awake the entire time, in my opinion. Told him what she had to say.
She was talking on the street where no one else was talking or moving. She was able to talk and move around before, like she was doing it slowly, but still she was talking. So I'm totally with you there. It was very suspect.
I think that's indicative of still, I'm waiting for the reveal. Agnes is Agatha. And here's where I'm kind of shifting. I don't think this is just Agatha and Agnes. I don't think there's a big bad in this other than Wanda. I think what we might see is Agatha is revealed. The witches of Salem, which is part of Agatha's backstory. She is literally a witch from Salem and part of the whole Salem witch trials and everything. And my guess is that there's going to be revealed that more of the residents are also witches in Salem, part of that group. And I'm thinking maybe even like Dottie.
Six witches?
I don't know if there was 6 exactly.
Because that would go into the whole, like, the hex, right? I was thinking about that earlier, how they're calling it the hex, and it's the hexagon, but, a hex is also a spell.
But what I'm thinking is that the witches of Salem probably sensed something about Wanda's powers, especially the blip and everybody coming back from that. Her clearly tapping into the powers of the stones. They probably are aware that this being has incredible unmatched power. We need to help her understand that, and I think that they caught her at a time where she was vulnerable and had maybe built the hex around her and she has control of it, but they're trying to keep everyone else safe. I think at the end of it, it's going to go off the rails, but that's my working theory right now, is that witches of Salem are the overall good guys here, and we'll see what goes on.
I like that. I like that theory a lot because it's bringing up something that I wasn't thinking about prior. I figured that it was a group of witches, but I didn't think of the witches of Salem theory.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that I would like to know is, and it probably isn't really much of anything, but the fact that they're saying Monica Rambeau, like her DNA is altered now. Because they looked at it and it was it had the same reaction as the hex.
I mean, they might as well have said mutated.
Yeah, right.
I think that's definitely foreshadowing to what's going on. And the hex got bigger. She expanded it to save Vision at the end. I think I still am playing off my reverse House of M theory, is that we're going to see ultimately the Hex engulf all of Earth, or maybe even all of reality. And that's going to be what introduces mutants officially. I also think there's a real possibility we get a Fantastic Four intro. I'm waiting for this contact of Monica's to either be Reed. I like that theory a lot, or or a Skrull. Specifically, the Skrull Monica was like Talos' son from Captain Marvel, or daughter.
Isn't Fury with the Skrull?
So Fury right now, last we saw him in Far From Home, he's out in space somewhere with Skrulls. Fury on Earth is a Skrull. It is Talos. It's Ben Mendelsohn's character. And then his wife is Maria. So that's the other thing we got to remember, is like that last stinger at the end of Phase 3 is definitely hinting towards Skrulls, Secret War. Skrulls are a huge aspect of the, obviously, the Secret Wars plot line, Fantastic Four plot line. I mean, they involve themselves in everything. So, but yeah, I think there's a real chance that we might get a lot more, because as I was looking into it, I was trying to remember what the timeline was for the Fox and Disney merger. That started being talked about in early 2018. So it took 14 months to close that deal. There's no way in hell that Marvel was sitting on their hands waiting for it to go a certain way. They probably had every single possible scenario of how that sale would go in play. So this might have been the long game, is to let's start out Phase 4 with a bang. People want it to be introduced, and they want it to be this bigger universe. So here we go.
Nice. Rocco
I don't know that they really care what people want too much, but I feel you. It could very well be. I don't know. I'm not putting too much faith in it.
Yeah,
I think I believe more in the Fantastic Four introduction here, in a very light. Like, honestly, I don't think we're gonna get like whomever is playing Reed in this show. Like, we'll probably get like an email or a text or something on the wall or something. Because there is, I mean, it's already confirmed there's a series or a movie. I can't remember what it is. I just know they claimed the property.
They're going to redo the movie.
It's a movie, yeah. So the movie's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. They're not going to give us so much. I mean, I don't think, because they're so far away from you starting production on that, to give us, John Krasinski or someone to come in and play actually in, like, so early on. I don't know. It's just so early for them to throw that out there, and then we got to wait 3-4 years for the film to drop.
But like I said, it's been 3-4 years since that the talks even started. So
I know, but I was saying the Fantastic Four movies haven't even begun production.
Yeah. So, but did Spider-Man Homecoming start production before Spider-Man was introduced in Civil War? I mean, it was part of Phase 3, but I don't know off the top of my head when production started.
They didn't actually introduce Spider-Man until Civil War. Like, even though they might have been trying to add him earlier, right? And they didn't drop any hints of Spider-Man before that. They didn't really.
Yeah, but they didn't drop hints, but they also didn't. They didn't have his movie ready to go when they introduced him in Civil War. They could 100% bring someone random in here, even though the movie's actually 2 years out or 3 years or however long it is. I mean, it's Marvel. It's Marvel, and let's also remember it's Disney. Like, how on earth were they able to keep Hamill a secret for Mando? So, there's any number of ways they could have played this. They know what they're doing. and we just get to sit by and watch and guess and then be like, I was right about this one little thing. So at the end of this, I'm going to be way wrong, but I'm still going to say like, yeah, I was kind of right about something.
No, that's the whole point of the show.
Exactly. So
yeah, we've been way off, I think, this entire time. So, but it's nice to speculate.
Yeah.
Yo, can we quickly talk about how dope Elizabeth Olsen was looking though?
For sure.
As Scarlet Witch.
The whole season, dude. The whole season.
She was crushing it.
She was crushing it in that Scarlet Witch outfit.
I did love that they had that Scarlet Witch outfit and the actual like original Quicksilver, as far as like the goofy ass hair and everything.
Right.
They did that awesome. I loved how they did that. And then again, Wiccan and Speed as well.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as I saw Wiccan in his little Billy in his costume, I was like, oh my god, they're actually going with Wiccan. I love it.
That's crazy, right? Like they did the full outfits on both of them. Speed actually already busted out their powers. Wiccan busted out his. I wasn't sure if like when they were showing Wiccan, or Billy or whatever at the time when he was like, training the dog. I didn't know if that was related to his, mental abilities and whatnot, but definitely they put it on display in this episode.
No, that was definitely cool how they introduced those two as actually having power and everything. So it'll be interesting if they continue that, however they're going to go with them. We still
Rocco Rocco in the comments was saying if what was it? Does anyone think that Wiccan is behind it all? Like Vision and Wanda banged in Infinity War. They're sentient fetuses, and like they've been playing to mommy being sad and all of that stuff. So I don't think they have any involvement. Like you said, we don't even know if they're real at this point. Like, how are they going to survive that world? But we do know that in the comics, he's held by Agatha, or they are held by Agatha, and they're taken away, which is what sparks, Wanda's fury. And I think you're right on that. Like, that's going to be the point. Like, when the shit hits the fan and the kids are taken away, she's gonna spaz and then just like not care about everyone. So in the end, although there are some influences in there, in the end, she's gonna be the one that's just gonna flip on everybody, because again, I hate to bring it up again, but she is the villain in the Multiverse of Madness. They've said that. And let me also throw in there that I love the little dark horror segments that they've thrown into this show, because we know that Multiverse of Madness is supposed to be Marvel's first horror movie, and they've been teasing that
another zombie scare they had this time.
Yeah, they've been teasing it with these little dark scenes. Even him talking to the neighbor in the car was kind of eerie. Yeah, and had like this like total eerie feeling to it. And
or that cartoon. What was up with that commercial?
Yeah, yo, that was wild.
I was like, they just let a little kid starve to death on an island because he couldn't open up his magic yogurt.
that was wild. Yeah, that was definitely the freakiest, and I think that was.
I was really surprised at that one.
Yeah, I was like waiting for it to turn around. I was like, "Oh my god, they just let the kid die."
What was it? Like the way I saw it, and even when I watched it the second time, like I thought it was basically saying that like it was showing you that these people are dying while they're being controlled by the magic. Like he was under like a spell of some sort. He couldn't eat. He couldn't nourish himself. He was fucking literally just became a skeleton, dude. And like that was the only sense I can make of it. But that was tricky. It had a real 90s commercial vibe too. Like it reminded me of like the Hostess commercials, like remember the shark and like the cupcake where he like came up and like, where's the cream fill? Like it had like that vibe to it, dude. Like mid 90s, dude. It was dead on. It was good. My favorite.
The hostess or that actual the young
both of them actually. I love the hostess commercials still.
David,
I have a soft spot for them.
If a shark ever jumps out of the water and offers you Yo Magic, just don't take it, man.
Dude. No. I'll bring a spoon.
At least know that you're gonna die.
Yeah.
At least know that you're gonna die of hunger and don't accept the illusion.
I can't open the cupcakes.
So I think the one other big thing that I noticed, I'm not sure if anyone else noticed, when Vision finally got out of the hex and was visible to everyone and like they're seeing him get ripped apart and everything, we never saw the stone fall back into the hex, like as everything else is getting ripped apart from his body. So I'm still also theorizing that like the stones are real. The stones are pulled from another universe. Wanda willed them into existence, but everything she's willing into existence, I think, is being pulled from elsewhere in reality. And I think we are going to see that this is a real Infinity Stone. Again, we have the previews that we've seen where she's like reaching out towards the Space Stone and everything. So I'm kind of waiting for that. When I rewatched, I did pay attention, and it goes out, but it never actually like falls back. So,
so that would actually play into the reason why she's messing up the multiverse. Not necessarily that she created the hex, is that she's pulling different things from different universes, altering the reality of that universe. So that is where she's creating the rifts in like the look. Because when they explained it in Endgame, like you can see, like if you change something, it deviates, and it was very big for Cap to go back and place them exactly when he took them. So that's what's going on. That's what's creating the rifts.
Yep. And that was what I was thinking too. We got that warning in Endgame from the Ancient One. So, and no, I actually do think Doctor Strange is going to very potentially show up by the end of the season.
Do we think that's the cameo? Is that the big?
It could be
Benedict Cumberbatch.
It could be.
I don't think it's going to be. I feel like that's almost predicted though, because we know the setup of multiverse of madness and everything. So I don't know.
Yeah, and to me, for them to say that is the Luke Skywalker-esque reveal, like it's dope, but that's not even Quicksilver is not a Luke Skywalker-esque reveal to me. You know what I mean? Like I expected.
No, you weren't. I expected standing up on your sofa crying like Rocco when Quicksilver showed up. That's not. It's not enough.
I can respect that reaction. Let me tell you.
Absolutely, but I'm saying like there's not that much emotion tied into Quicksilver jumping over universes.
No,
there was a video of a breakdown of possible cameos, and this dude had a bunch of criteria based on a Paul Bettany interview that he gave talking about the cameo, and he said it was somebody that I've always wanted to work with. And this dude went through the list of possible people and people that Bettany has worked with, and Ian McKellen, all those dudes, they've worked with Bettany before, and Benedict Cumberbatch was the only one that fit all the criteria. There was like 7 things that I don't know. It made me think it's gotta be Benedict.
Okay.
And I mean, he's a classic British actor. I mean, people want to work with him, other Brits.
I mean, I still think it would be cool. I don't know that it would be quite emotional, like Mark Hamill CGI version. But
that's tough. That's a tough.
I think it would still be pretty dope if freaking Doctor Strange shows up and does some Doctor Strange shit in on a TV show. But I think one of y'all said in a previous episode, right, that Paul Bettany, I think, is the one that said that there's like more money spent on CGI in this show than in Endgame.
Endgame or Infinity War,
and that there's supposed to be like these. So I mean, there's only 3 episodes left, right? These next 3 episodes are gonna have to be wild.
Well, they've already said They've already said that there's going to be an all-out battle on this show. Like they've said that. So that
Right.
the last 2 episodes are going to be crazy. And I think that's where it is. The next episode is definitely going to be amped up because we got past all of the story arcs and everything, and things just kind of took another turn. But the last 2 are going to be wild. Danny seems to think Sir Patrick Stewart is also one that could show up. You know, so that would be dope. And yeah, he said, wouldn't Reed Richards give that feeling of like, oh my God? But it's just been rumors. Like we've heard rumors.
I don't know.
I mean, we'd be excited. We would definitely be excited, especially if it's because of the rumors of John Krasinski taking that role. If we get the confirmation that John Krasinski is Reed Richards, we would all be super excited at the idea, the thought, and that would be a really dope reveal. So, but we it's just speculation. There's a lot of people that we would probably be excited, and people that we're probably not. People that we are not even thinking about. Yeah, Rocco said he'd get all emotional if that happened. Especially knowing crying, that we are going to get a finally a good Fantastic Four movie.
Right. That would be pretty dope.
That's gonna be dope. So but yeah, there's just a lot to unpack, and there's probably still some little things that we've missed, and as the week continues, by the time we go to record again, I'm pretty sure we're going to still have to have the conversation and throw in some new tidbits.
I'm probably going to watch it 2 more times at least.
Yeah, I was going to say there's definitely
really watch it again.
Yeah, there's definitely more to cover on next recording.
Also, before we log off on this, I wanted to call back because Dave in the group chat was mentioning how there were a lot of. It was supposed to be set in the 90s when she expanded the hex.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of brought different elements from different times. Like everything was switching into different, things from different time frames. And yeah, I saw that again, and I tried paying close attention to that. And I noticed, there was like the circus looked like it was like anywhere between like the 40s, 50s, whatnot. When they went over the car lot, those cars looked like they were definitely like 80s, 90s cars. Like there were a lot, and I like the idea that what Steve said. It's just like a little bit of evidence that she's losing control of the whole thing. Because she's becoming very, very, very. I mean, she's been emotional this whole time, but now she no longer has vision. Like she can't lie to him anymore. It's obvious that now he knows the truth, and he's not gonna stop. Yep. So that became evident, and so just total loss of control is there. So. And Danny said
she's going to have to explain it to him next episode.
Yeah, she is.
I feel right.
She is.
I do think that it's possible that everything does line up with the time frame, the 90s time frame, though, because like you said, the cars do look like 80s, 90s. A used car lot's not going to have brand new Toyota Corolla on the lot. And then for the circus, like circuses are always thought of being like, you're going to have the clown cars, and it's going to be older, old timey stuff. I did love how they did that though, as she's expanding it. And they brought out, what was it? The helicopter turned into the
hot air balloon.
The clowns running down. I love that all of the soldiers got turned into clowns and circus performers. Mm-hmm. I thought that was really
they were
good.
Can't wait to see. Can't wait to see what what's her name turns into, or how she plays a part now that she's trapped in.
I know. I hope they do a what is it? Two Broke Girls reference. I hated that show. It was not great, but it'd be really funny to see her as a waitress in a yellow and red.
Oh my god! If they do that,
Yeah,
That would be very meta. Kudos
the timeline
to them.
lines up. Yeah, the timeline lines up for the next episode being in the like 20s, 2010s. I don't know. I don't know what to call anything anymore. We're back in the 20s now, apparently.
Yeah,
2020s. I wanted to throw out there what Danny said. He said that he has The Rock playing the Thing, which would be amazing if he does that. So
that'd be dope.
That would be like the perfect casting. And then he would also be someone in both universes, DC and Marvel, because he is Black Adam.
He's going to be too busy playing Young Rock, though, which is apparently a thing that I just found out the other day.
Yeah.
I have no idea why. Guys, I got to go bounce and make my dinner.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
It's been good, guys.
Appreciate the time, and we'll chat more on Tuesday. Come with your questions. All right. I'll see if I have answers.
You got it.
Sounds awesome. Good, buddy.
All right, dudes.
All right, guys.
Peace.
To the few people that were logged in, thank you for tuning in to this live episode of the podcast dealing with a lot of ambiguity. We'll probably do this a lot more in the future.
I like it
because this is fun. This was dope. And then we can record this, right? This was recorded.
Yep,
Johnny.
This will be posted.
All right, so then we'll post it up. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We love you guys. And if you enjoy it, always send us questions, comments, what your thoughts are. And then if it's a dope theory or something, we'll bring it up on the show and we'll give you a shout out. That's always the case. All right. But peace out.
Peace.
Later, guys.